I would not vote for total abolition of SARS. On the contrary, I would ask that people who are more humane, who are more intelligent, and who are not brutal are in charge of SARS.
The reformation of SARS under the visionary leadership of our amiable Inspector General of Police, IGP Ibrahim K. Idris MNI, is coming to fruition. That idea is in line with what the current administration requires. And it is on the basis of that the Inspector General of Police saw reason to appoint me as the Commissioner, Federal SARS, to come and head the reformation. So far, so good. We have done much under the reformation. The first thing we have done is to prepare what is called Standard Operational Procedure, SOP. Now, under this SOP, we clearly explain the guidelines on the operations of Federal SARS. Now, under the new reforms, Federal SARS are mainly to tackle violent crimes such as armed robbery, kidnapping, murder, cultism, cattle rustling, etc., etc. And I think These are some of the violent crimes that bedevil our nation. In the past and recently, we are making efforts to ensure that we tackle or we nip it in the bud to ensure that people sleep with their two eyes closed. Under Section 4 of the Police Act, we have a statutory duty to protect life and property, to investigate cases, to apprehend the criminals, to enforce law and order, to control traffic where necessary, and any other duty as assigned by Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief. This section has clearly spelled our duties. So SARS are not driving any power other than that of constitutional power. Under Section 4 of the Police Act is a statutory power. Again, we have Police Act and regulations as well, which has given us the guidelines on how to punish area members. Any SARS member who has committed wrong can certainly be fished out and punished accordingly, according to the law of the land. Under the police duties, we have what is called orderly room. We'll do the orderly room trial. If it warrants dismissal, you'll be dismissed. If it warrants reduction in rank, you'll be reduced. And where it requires that the way and the manner you err, you have to be dismissed and charged to court as well. We do same. We don't hide criminals. We don't tolerate criminals in uniform. Well, I am happy that I am granting audience based on this your interview today with all my personnel kitted. Those in Lagos have the Lagos mark, those in Ibadan have the Oyo, those in Ogun have the Ogun, etc., etc. The Inspector General of Police have provided kits for all our personnel. We have made it abundantly clear to all of them that on no account should any such personnel go on operation without being properly kitted. Not only that, you just have to have a letter of investigation activities so that anywhere you are going, you indicate your presence, and of course, your identity is never hidden. In case of any infraction, you can be fished out immediately. Now, for the impostors, for the impersonators, let me make a clarion call that the journalists, the civil rights activists, should assist us in fishing out those impostors. There are so many bad guys nowadays who can portray themselves as this, as that, when they are not. So with good intelligence coming from the community, we'll be able to fish out the bad ones. But I assure you that the Inspector General of Police has kitted virtually all the SARS personnel, and it has become a standard order that any personnel who is going to operate anywhere, who is going for any operation, must ensure that he is adequately kitted and with proper identity. That is why we introduced a database. This is a database with the picture, telephone number, email address of our SARS personnel. Public outcry, as far as I'm concerned, should be censored. I think we need to rigorously censor it to find out what is the cause. Because as far as I am concerned, this agitation may come from criminal gangs. They may not like SARS because SARS are doing everything to ensure that armed robbery, kidnapping, murder, cultism, cattle rustling is not allowed in this country. But any right-thinking man who knows the value of our activities and who knows the efforts we are making and the breakthroughs we are getting will certainly support us. So for me, it is not a call to end SARS. I think what matters is to reform SARS, and reformation is ongoing.
You started this End SARS movement. Are you saying that SARS has no good?
No, that's not actually why the NSAS Reform Police NG movement, which is actually the full name, aside the short form that people are used to. The reason why we're out there is to make a difference, is to to stop the gap, okay, to fill the gap, the institutional gaps that we have out there. People are having issues with police brutality. People are being kidnapped by people who are meant to protect them. People are being marched to the ATM. I don't think there's anywhere in the world where you have the police marching citizens to the ATM machine to withdraw money from them at gunpoint. So when these things happen, people are traumatized, people are flummoxed, people are confused, they don't know what to do next. And you definitely cannot advise that they begin to look for police station to go and report the police who have just robbed them. Yeah. So based on that, we are now filling in the gap to ensure that there's a place where they can go to.
Why are we not crying out for reformation? Why is that not what we are fighting for?
So that again, you need to understand that if you know the roots of the problem and you have traced the problem like I have for years, you understand that if I'm saying that the police system or structure can be salvaged enough to recommend the reform, and I'm saying end SARS, and the Nigerians in their millions are saying end SARS as an objective before reformation of police, what does that begin to tell you? It tells you that SARS is a program which can be ended. Ending SARS doesn't mean sacking everybody that is under SARS. They are still policemen. So they will still go back into the system. But the system they are going back into will not receive them the way they are. It's going to receive them based on some objectives, based on some terms. They will have to go through a lot of psychological evaluation to justify their being reabsorbed into the system. People who have been abusing drugs, people whose forte or understanding of law enforcement is kidnapping, robbing people and what have you, they don't fit into the system.
I would also like to know, and I'm sure a lot of people out there would also like to know, what is the best reaction when stopped by a SARS official? How should I react?
First thing first, the number one rule is that you should just be calm. Be very calm. Be as calm as you seeing your friend from secondary school or what have you. Just tell yourself, there's no problem. Hello, officer. Good afternoon, or good morning, or good day. How have you been? Oh, let's see your phone. Or who are you? May we know you? Oh, this is where I work. Oh, I don't have my ID card on me. Or this is my business card. I'm just coming from work, or on my way to work, or I'm just around the corner. I went to go and get something. Okay, you are following us too. Sorry, sir. May I call my lawyer? Where exactly are we going to? Am I under arrest? These are very vital questions that you need to begin to ask. Because it's one thing for you to ask, am I under arrest? For them to say, yes, you're under arrest. Because to say, yes, you're under arrest means there's a warrant with your name on it. Means there have been an investigation that have been going on and they've been monitoring you for a while before they came at you or so. So based on that, you can tell that, okay, fine, okay, you are arresting me based on something that I know. Let me call my lawyer so he gets to know. It is nothing personal. Policemen are not, they are law enforcers, meaning they understand and obey the law, and they are trying to make everybody follow the law for the state, for the sanctity of the state's sake, not for any personal, So anything outside the law is illegal. So if after you ask those questions and they are not coming forth with answers and they insist on taking you anywhere, you don't have the right to show them your phone. Don't say, I want to make them know that I am a good person. I want to, since I have nothing to hide, I'm giving. No, because what you allow will continue. It is illegal. You are not a slave on your own fatherland. Okay? You are a citizen of Nigeria. Your money, your tax money is what is feeding these people. They are meant to serve and protect you. They are not your bosses. And again, you don't need to be rude to them. Be calm, be nice, let your words be straight, and don't shake in anything. No matter what they do to intimidate you, don't give in to intimidation and don't fight them.
Right.
When I bribery, when I remember corruption. Water run away me, water run away me, water run away me, water run away me. When I remember Yaradua, when I remember sleeping people. Water run away me, when I remember IGP, I remember DPO. Water run away me.
Do you think SARS should be shut down or reformed?
I think that there's a whole lot of things to be reformed. It's not just SARS. The police, the army needs to know what its role is and perform the role. You see, everything really goes back to the leader. If we have a good leader, Nigerians will follow.
You see, the truth about the matter is, it's so sad in our country today that we run for protection before. We used to run for protection. But now we run from protection.
End SARS. End SARS, right?
SARS is just a small, it's a microcosm of what's going on. We need to retrain our whole security arm, from the Air Force to the Navy, to the Army, to the police. I go to work early in the morning. I see people coming out the wrong way. The only people coming out the wrong way, coming out one way, are policemen, soldiers, Navy people. There's no discipline anymore.
That's been compromised. So you need to end it for real. You know, and if you come up tomorrow and say, okay, instead of SARS, now you say, even if you call them Mars or Bras or Raz or FARS, it's not about the name you call it. It's about their use. It's about how they act. It's about when they come out. It's not, and it's about how they behave, especially how they treat Nigerian citizens. SARS is supposed to be to Nigeria what SWAT is to America. There's a special unit that's supposed to come out when there's something, maybe some type of, when some armed robbers are kind of like overwhelming the normal police, then you call SARS and they come out with the full armors. That's what SARS is supposed to be. But nowadays, what are they? They're a bunch of men. You know, from what we see on the road, there are a bunch of men with dirty-looking beards, some wear red shoes or black, not uniformed per se. And you can't even tell who's who. You're driving on the road and a bus just overtakes you. Sometimes they almost make you have an accident. They overtake you like that and then stop you, come down, cock their guns and just drag you out of the car. Some of them that we've seen pictures, we've seen videos, they don't even say hello. Once they meet you, they greet you with a slap. Nobody should treat anybody like that. No special unit should work like that. So these are the reasons why people have been clamoring for end SARS. I'm not standing up against SARS. I'm standing up against brutality. I'm standing up against extortion, kidnapping of innocent citizens. Whether it's SARS, police, armed robbers, Boy Scouts, doctors and nurses, once it's wrong, it's wrong. Because I know our country, anything we leave, anything we let linger for too long becomes a norm. So if we don't stand up and fight against this now, it'll become the normal thing, and trust me, no, I don't think SARS is they're targeting celebrities for anything really, because unfortunately, only in Nigeria now, to SARS people, a tattoo is now a crime all of a sudden. Funky or funny hairdo is now a crime. Looking good is now a crime, which is so wrong. And majority of the people who dress that way, celebrities. You understand? So it's unfortunate. There was a time I cried out that celebrities should also join this movement, spread the word, make it louder, because some of these people being harassed, extorted and co are fans too. They're fans, Some people took it the wrong way. One celebrity actually took it the wrong way, said some things against that, and the backlash she got was not funny. I don't want to go into that, but I didn't have to speak to her. Thousands of people spoke to her, and it was not funny what they said to her. So no, artists and celebrities are not being picked up by SARS. They are just looking, those rogue SARS officers are just looking for anybody they feel they can get money off. So of course, anybody driving a good car, but you won't know who's in the car until you get there. And if at that moment they're not in the right frame of mind, or they don't even know who the celebrity is, they don't recognize the celebrity, or they don't know that particular celebrity, they will try to treat the person the same way they treat every other victim they have. So they're not picking on celebrities. But one thing I said to myself, I'm only speaking for the citizens. I'm only speaking for the voiceless people, not celebrities. Celebrities, as far as I'm concerned, can speak for themselves.
Bribery, when I remember corruption. Water run away me, water run away me, water run away me, water run away me.
There you have it. Should SARS be scrapped or retained? Though, as we know, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, in his acting president capacity, gave a directive to the Inspector General of Police that the whole system be overhauled. In the coming days, we will see how this plays out.